Hello and welcome to the International Mandela Effect Conference Green Room conversation, as well as invite for the 2023 conference we are going to be holding this year. I have with me an amazingly incredible team that I cannot be more proud to have the honor of working with. Starting off with Miss Cynthia Sue Larson of Reality Shifters, followed by Mr. Christopher Anatra. You know him as the Quantum Businessman, as well as Shane Robinson, unbiased and on the fence. How we doing, folks? It's great to be here with you guys again.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good to be together. Looking forward to being really together in this September 2023, Connecticut.
So this will be in Branford, Connecticut, September 2nd to the 4th, 2023. And we actually had the first event in Ketchum, Idaho in 2019. And that event, being there with the people, I cannot tell you the amazingness of how that felt, the magical feelings that really incur just being around everybody. For a person that's thinking about coming to the conference but not really sure, what would you have to say to them, Cynthia, about that?
Oh, this is not to be missed. I can't even give enough superlatives to describe it accurately because it's just this feeling of being so welcomed, accepted, understood. Like weird things were happening. And at first I was feeling like, oh, I can't talk about this. Then I remembered, wait a minute, look where I am. Look who these people are.
That's right. You're in the perfect place to share.
The perfect place. And we had some stuff going on. There was bilocation happening. I had a reality shift with one of my books.
Yeah,
I was gonna.
Right.
I've been trying to find something that was in my book, and it had changed. And in a normal audience, I could not have brought that up. It would have been too weird. But this was perfect. It's like, well, that book just reality shifted. No problem. Quantum Jumps used to explain why the cover image looks like this. It's gone, and everybody got it. I mean, they're open to it. They're like, oh yeah, I know how that feels. What a difference just to be surrounded with so much understanding. No gaslighting. People have different theories and they're respectful. They want to hear what you think. They actually care. It's not to be missed. You've got to be there. I mean, if this is a big deal for you, the Mandela Effect, please come, please join us.
And it doesn't matter if you are in the United States or around the world. This is an international conference.
Yes.
We actually encourage those from other countries to please come join us this year in Branford, Connecticut. They've stopped the stupid as far as reasons or things going on to enter this country that have to be done. Yes, ma'am. So they've stopped that. So you can now freely fly into the country and join us of your own free will here at the International Mandela Effect Conference. We would love to have you here. Shane, what would you say to somebody who's thinking about attending but kind of on the fence about it, if you will?
Well, I like how you slipped that in there. That's awesome. Well, I would definitely say, even if you're not a speaker, there's so many opportunities to have your voice heard, not only between the speakers, but after every talk, we have a Q&A. So if you have like a follow-up question to one of the speakers, that's your opportunity. And you know what? You would think there would be a line, but like at the last one, there was only like maybe 5 or 6 people after each speaker. So like everyone, there was no one that like wasn't able to be heard or anything like that. It was really perfect. And I think we're probably going to have that kind of amount of people again. So I think it's going to be really good as far as just meeting other people and even having those aha moments. A lot of people would have like a connection with whatever research they were doing, something connect with their research, and they're like, and they have these aha moments. So it's really beautiful that we all come together and hear all these different ideas and help make sense of the whole thing.
And able to share notes. I'm glad you brought that up too, Shane. The ability to just talk with other guests there or even other speakers there and compare notes. And this is what's happened to me. And you hear a story that relates to yours in ways that you never thought was even possible. And just the ability to interact with others that are Mandela affected. I cannot express enough how incredible that is to be so completely accepted, to know there's no stigma, there's no bias. Everybody is really on the same page, if you will, as far as the conversation goes with Mandela Effect. Chris, to a person who is on the fence and not sure about coming to our conference, what would you say?
I'd say a few things. I'd say, first of all, life is about the experience. That's why we're here, is to have all of these amazing experiences. Travel, meeting new people, finding your soul group, all those things are like super important. And at this particular conference, I could already feel it's going to be very, very magical. So I'm going to say that people should be observant of timelines. For example, when you're here in Branford with the rest of us, and the venue that we have is going to hold probably about 100 people, be observant for timeline changes. Like, oh, that person was over there a minute ago, and now they're back over there. How did that possibly happen? There's going to be a lot of interesting things like that, especially when you return home. You might notice things in your neighborhood are different, or people start behaving differently, or there's something different that wasn't there before, almost like personal Mandela effects. So that's going to be the real magical part for it. Have an open mind, because these things are going to happen. And I, as a quantum businessman, will say, this is my own guarantee, that I feel you're going to jump at least 100 timelines by going to this conference. So just with that alone, who doesn't want to jump 100 timelines in one single bound? Right. And for people that are wondering, like, how, where is Branford, Connecticut, and how do I get there, and blah, blah, blah. I'll just tell you a little bit, because I live in this area, and there's a local airport called New Haven. There is an airport that services out of there called Avelo Airlines. It's a small airline, and they have like very interesting flights. It's the only one airline, but all these random places around the country, you can get a very affordable rate to come into New Haven. It's 15 or 20 minutes away from Branford. So keep that in mind as well, whether you're flying in, driving in, coming in from, across the Atlantic, or wherever you're coming from, you're going to be welcome. It's going to be life-changing. The topic is Decode the Matrix. And myself and my friend Sean Bond are going to be, one of the workshops we're going to be holding is how to decode Mandela effects, because are Mandela effects random? Is there a hidden meaning behind them? And if there is a hidden meaning, how can you go through a checklist? So think of it like a checklist to actually decode them, because I feel everyone should be like on the lookout, not just to be like, oh my God, another Mandela effect, but actually like, is there a hidden meaning there? So we're going to be talking about that. It's going to be everyone's minds, my mind, everyone's mind is going to be just so expanded. It's how can you not go? Right? That's my to you. So yeah, definitely seriously consider coming.
And Jerry, what would you tell people if you were to?
That's a really good question that I did not expect to be thrown back at me. So well done, Cynthia. I would tell people that, as a person that was not necessarily a speaker, but not necessarily just a guest either, it was, and I've said this a number of times already today, the most magical experience I've ever had. There's an energy that occurs when you get us together. I can't explain this energy. There's not English words to explain this energy. It's a love that is beyond love. There's a true caring that occurs when you get a group of us empaths, a group of us, majority was INFJ, if I'm not mistaken. When you get us together, we put off an energy that just tends to mold with each other, and it's incredible. You could literally feel it at the other side of the town. And I know that sounds exaggerative. I'm not exaggerating. I'm dead serious. It was the best experience. And I know I'm a little biased. I know this, but ladies and gentlemen, I can't explain to you the magic, the energy, the camaraderie, the friendship, the love that I experienced at that conference amongst not just towards myself, but towards each other, to watch people interact, it was just the most incredible experience ever. I don't even have words to explain it. To be able to be in a room full of people where I'm not the crazy guy. I know that you share most of the same memories that I share. I know the things that I remember the way I do. You can validate for me and no, you're not crazy. I remember that too. That is more important than you could ever know. Yes, you can say it over the internet all day long, and I can sit here on a video and say it all day long. But to have somebody right next to you, to be able to have them put their hand on your shoulder and, yeah, man, that's the way I remember it too. Isn't this wild? Or just to be able to meet people that you've talked to for so many years. Shane Robinson and I had been friends for a good number of years when we
2017,
finally
I think.
had,
Yeah.
at least 16 or 17 easy.
Yeah.
Before we finally had the opportunity to meet at the Mandela Effect Conference in Ketchum in 2019. So it was also an ability for me to meet somebody that I respected, that I had a good, close friendship with already, and for you guys out there in the community, that you have a creator that you love to watch and they're going to be at this conference, or say you really enjoy Cynthia's work and you would love to have the chance to sit and just talk to her for a couple minutes. This is your chance right here. There's no like snootiness. There's no, I'm a speaker, I'm over here. Everybody interacts and melds, and it was the best experience I've ever had. And I know that once again sounds a little hyperbolic, but it's
No.
No, because it sticks with you.
that there was,
You take
That's
it
right.
with you, you know?
Yeah.
and the memories from that, I will always carry with me. That's something, like Chris said, it's about the experience. You can never take that away. That experience will always be your personal experience, your personal memories, and something you'll never forget. And I promise it's something you'll never regret.
It goes right into your Akashic records. It'll be a part of your highlight reel.
And it has definitely been a part of my highlight reel, working with you guys and doing these conferences and getting to meet the rest of the community. That's another thing. You get to meet people in the community. Some you may have never even known existed. You get to meet people that have been watching your channel that don't necessarily interact with your channel. You know what I mean? You get to meet people and gain new subscribers. You get to grow your channel. You get to grow your brand, whether you're a YouTube channel speaker or an author or just a person that's interested in the Mandela Effect. You get to grow your ideas, your concepts, your memories, I can go on and on and on, and now I'm just going to start rambling here in a minute. But if somebody is on the fence about coming to this conference and it just isn't sure, especially when it costs, buying a ticket, I promise you the money spent will be worth it in experience and memory, hands down, 100 times over. It's something that you will not regret.
And feel free to write to us, contact us at team@imec.world if you've got questions or just want to find out more.
Yeah, and there's a place on our website you can sign up. It'll go to an Eventbrite page where you can get your tickets. So we're going to cut it off at a certain point. So we urge you to do it as soon as possible.
Once again, there is a limited number of seats. It is bigger than the original venue in 2019, but there is still a limited number of seats. So do make sure you get your tickets today, because when they run out, they're gone.
Looking forward to seeing you there. How good can it get?
How good can it get?
A good
Pretty
candidate.
good. Pretty good.
See you there.
See you there.
On behalf of Cynthia Sue Larson, Shane Robinson, Unbiased and on the Fence, Christopher Anatra, the Quantum Businessman, I'm Jerry Hicks, also known as the Dark Wolf. This is the International Mandela Effect Conference, and we hope to see you guys at the conference in September. See you guys there. Bye, guys.
Take care.